hanging on the telephone? We got a show to do.
Don't leave me hanging on the telephone. Don't leave me hanging on the telephone.
Hang up and run to me.
Oh, hang up and run to me.
Oh, hang up and run to me.
Oh.
This is Damien Gerard Studios. Welcome to Jessie-May K's Garage Sessions. Let's bring out our guests. Kalen Hogan. CB Ghost.
She's on the phone like you, and she's desperate for something new. 'Cause she's all alone like you.
To taxi cab.
To the taxi cab.
To taxi cab. To taxi cab.
When you're walking around and you're late, buses are packed in the suburbs you hate, you need a taxi cab.
You need a taxi cab. And you should have been there an hour ago. You don't have the time and you're feeling low. You call a taxi cab.
You need a taxi cab.
This is Damien Gerard Studios. We've just finished our live garage sessions. I'm here with Kalen Hogan. Kalen, I know from my own personal experiences, starting out so young can feel so intimidating and pressuring because you sort of have to learn as you go. What is the biggest thing you've learned since you first began?
When it comes to things like gigs and stuff, I've learnt to project my voice a lot more. Like back when I was a kid, I was like very shaky and scared and didn't like showing off my voice, but now I'm getting more confident.
I was the same. Like, people would say you couldn't tell, but it's like you're secretly so nervous underneath, so you get up there and feel like it's so true that relaxing helps so much. I love your style, by the way.
Thank
Your
you.
style of genre, it's sort of recently, it's developed from acoustic stuff to more grunge punk with your newer like single coming out. What was the thought process behind that transition?
My thought process was, well, I actually really like the kind of grunge type of era, like all that 90s like rock and everything, Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Silverchair, they're like my biggest influences. But when I started off, I like making my first album, I wanted to make something that other people would like.
Yes, I understand.
I was thinking more of my audience than the stuff that I actually like to listen to and stuff.
Yeah.
So for this song, I was like, stuff it. I want to make something
that you like.
I like. Yeah.
Historically, music has been a pretty male-dominated industry that also over-sexualizes women. Being young and a part of the next generation to enter the music industry, how are you planning to create a safe space for women and other female-presenting people you encounter?
I think respecting
Yes,
women,
definitely,
like being respectful and coming across as friendly and stuff.
Of course, yeah. I also think a big one is like speaking up if you see anything, because I've had like experiences where you know the other person's a good guy, but like someone else has said something or done something and they just stay quiet and they know like it's not me and they know it's bad, but they don't say anything because they just find that like awkward, or they don't want to rock the boat with their mates, and like I feel like that's a big thing too. Yeah, totally. Well, where can everybody find your stuff?
You can all find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Woo.
And like Spotify, Apple Music, like all those streaming platforms, really.
Thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
Woo!
Held up so far away, I've got so much to say. You, cocaine and ladies, push all the babies round, cause it all comes down in a peaceful town of life. Yes, it all comes down in a peaceful town of lies. No surprise, yeah.
This is Damien Gerard Studios. We've just done a live garage session. I'm here with CB Ghost. So, CB Ghost, your name is sort of unique. Does it have a special meaning?
It really does. Sorry.
It's okay. Just
Sorry,
the
yeah.
sound, yeah.
The rookie. My friends call me CB, and I was in a band called Ghosts of Avalon, and the joke kind of was that my friend that I was in that band with, we couldn't get on the road to gig, so we were kind of ghosts, and we're from a town called Avalon, so we were Ghosts of Avalon, and now I'm a ghost of a band called Ghosts of Avalon, which is kind of a joke, but yeah, it stuck. But people call me CB, and I've always liked ghosts anyway, so it's all right.
That's really cool. Your social media, you've said songwriting for you is important to capture the essence of this complicated existence. Music is often a spiritual experience. Have you heard of those really spiritual kind of healing frequencies and binaural beats and things?
Oh, well, absolutely. Beyond even knowing about it as children, you know, there's certain songs that you love or certain music that resonates with you. I had a friend that his mum listened to Van Morrison, and he's not a very emotional guy, which I am. I'm obvious on that plane, what you're talking about. But his story was the one I'll reference. It was so beautiful. He went overseas and saw Van Morrison play, and inexplicitly he said he was just crying. He didn't know why. He was just in tears. In a good way. It just came out of him, and he really is a tough kind of a fellow. But it was the connection with hearing Van Morrison's voice live after having it in the background of his life with his mum when he was a kid. So yeah, 100%.
That's amazing. Yeah. Something I've noticed is that Australia is underfunded in art and education and profession. What's your opinion on how this affects the industry, and is there a way to work around it, or do we simply need more support and more funding?
Oh, I think it's ridiculous how little there is. It's amazing how well artists in Australia do, considering they're basically strangled, suffocated with little. I'm not saying that everyone should just get handouts for art or anything. I just think there should be much more support for venues, support for people doing video clips, support for doing movies, for documenting artists on the road, all those type of things. There are so many avenues that are missing even the slightest bit of help, and the amount of money and it does benefit the country as well. It's just disproportionate to how much support it gets. So I rally behind all the artists and
100%. Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Oh, absolute, my pleasure. I had so much fun, and the only person to get me in a weird blonde wig. So thank you. Cheers.
And so we can find you on all the platforms, social media.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm catching up. Instagram is a thing, and of course the old Facebook, but just starting with TikTok and have a YouTube channel and all that. So working on all that. But got an album coming out and a single on May 3rd called Hollywood Hills, and a video clip for that. So that'll be hopefully out on all the classic channels. But social media and the song will be available on all streaming services, which is good.
That is good. Oh, thank you.
It's good to hear your voice, you know it's been so long. When I don't get your calls and everything goes wrong, I wanna tell you something you've known all along.
Don't leave me hanging on the telephone.
This has been the second episode of Jessie-May K's Garage Sessions at Damien Gerard Studios. Thank you so much to CB Ghost and Kalen Hogan Thank you to Marshall Cullen and the studio for letting us record here. Thank you to Murray Dilger, who was our brilliant sound engineer. Thank you to Marshall Cullen and Miguel Cullen.
I'll see you guys shortly.